Welcome to Life International Online. We're getting ready to experience a powerful word from our senior leader, King Adamte. Make sure that you get ready, get your note takers out so that you can enjoy and experience this amazing word that he has for you. Let's join this powerful word in progress.
Hello and welcome to Do Life. We have been coming to you every Wednesday, sharing the Word of God with you and also making sure that we talk about relevant issues or matters that concerns your life. It is always important not just giving information, but giving people the right information, which is so needed. This time and age, there's so many things that gets our attention. Everything is looking to grab our attention. Therefore, we have to be very selective as to where we extend our time and also our attention. So Life International chooses not to waste your time, go straight to the point, talk about relevant issues and matters, and bring the Word of God to balance it. So I have here again Dr. Michael Phillips, and today we're going to go at it. Dr. Phillips, you know that Do Life is just talking and also sharing, and we want you to be so practical as and as normal as we always do. I mean, we talk as if the camera is not even here. But whenever we get together and we talk about spiritual matters or things that helps build our lives in God, I get excited because you come up with some of the most amazing answers or questions. So today, I roll it back in your court. Let's go for it.
Let's go for it. I'm excited to be here with you. King Adamte, it's a pleasure to do life with you and do life with all of our family and our partners. It's exciting to be here because this is a perfect time for us to walk down this path together as a family. And today I have some incredible questions for you because there's a message you spoke that stirred my heart regarding how we deal with purpose and manage our time. How we deal with the vision that God has given us. Of course, that, like you said, so many things are happening right now. But there are things that God has given us and that we have to do in this lifetime that we must be accountable for. So I'm going to leave it to you because you are such a role model and a mentor, and you're my father, and I appreciate your mentorship and your model. How you model life in front of me, in front of others, is so impeccable. So we need your advice today. We really do.
Yeah, and Dr. Michael, I mean, I like your wisdom.
Yes, sir.
And also, I believe in your spiritual leadership. One beautiful thing about relationship is that as much as you value what I share, I also value what you share. And I think that's what makes father-son relationship more solid and real. I'm so pleased that it's not here and there. I mean, we share. It's a bonding and also a binding. And I also want to at least make sure I ask you questions too, so not only me. It's back and forth.
Yes, sir.
So at least audience and also those who have been following and Do Life can benefit. I speak to members of Life International. Please consider this is our word study because Dr. Michael and I, when we meet and we talk about these matters, or either Dr. Michael or Pastor Kirkpatrick, we really want to talk about things that benefits all. We've had great people here with us, so I would make sure that the people be hearing and the voices you're going to be hearing will be those who have something relevant, practical, spiritual, and also something that can help you to be the best version of you. So, yes, Dr. Michael, I talked about vision and also talked about time. Time management is not easy.
Yeah.
There are many people who don't know how to manage their time. So if you don't know how to manage time, of course, you lose time, you abuse time, you miss time. And I want people to realize that we don't own time. Time is a loan. And if you have time, make sure that you take advantage of the opportune time that you have in time, because time keeps account of how you manage it. Time will respect people who work with it, And time would reward people who looks at its benefit. So as we talk about time, we also talk about vision. Every vision that we have is given to us within a time period. And every time that we have, we're supposed to be fulfilling vision. So if you have time, remember, you don't own it. Time will be required of you. I mean, when you go to work, you think you own time. You don't own it. God gave it to you, but He makes you feel like you own it. So you give what you have in exchange for cash.
Yeah.
But God is the ultimate one who controls time. In His hands is time and seasons. And He knows how to manage it. But He trusts us that we will manage our part here on earth. So let's go at it. Just bring it on.
Yeah, so I mean, that is incredible. I love what you said. Time is lent to us. And so we need to manage time, and time will reward us with certain results. And of course, God gives us times and seasons, but He tells us this is what you need to do. And He put something in our heart to get accomplished. And so we see that as purpose or something that we should be advancing towards. But with so many distractions, we need to create some type of way to manage. How do you manage time so effectively?
To manage time effectively, I have to make sure that you avoid certain distractions. If you wake up in the morning, whether you do something or you don't do anything, time is still ticking. Time doesn't wait for us. And time will not bend its rules or its mandate. Since God put time in place, time has never respected anyone. Because when time is up, it's up.
Yeah.
And time goes hand in hand with change. If you don't understand time, you will never change in time. So to manage time, you have to make sure that you avoid distraction. There's so many things, as we said earlier, can distract us. There's so many voices that can distract us. But making sure that we use time profitably, effectively, and successfully. When you get up in the morning, even you ask yourself, what time is it?
Yeah.
When you have to have lunch, what time is it? Everything we do revolves around time. So for us to be able to use time, let's remind ourselves that we are on call. It's like a doctor that is on call. We are on assignment. So we put our assignment, which is our vision, our call, alongside time. So because our call, our mission is, or our purpose is alongside time, we make sure that we blend it, we fulfill our mission in time. When your time is done, and you know your time is done, that is the greatest feeling and satisfaction one can have. Jesus Christ, at the appointed time, at the time appointed, He was born. At the right time,
Yes.
He emerged His ministry. And He did everything within a time period. When His time was up, He made the disciples aware. When they were trying to force Him to do some things, He said, my time has not come. His brothers were trying to say to Him, listen, why don't you go out there and show people what you can do? My time has not come. He operates within time. He doesn't want to waste time, lose time, or abuse time.
Wow.
So for us not to waste time, lose time, or abuse time, we should always put our mandate, which is our vision, our calling, and our assignment, alongside time.
Wow, what an incredible concept. I hope you got that, because what you just taught me was something that I never really put in those words or in that scale. I often use time blocks, but to align your purpose alongside time and to blend the two allows you to accomplish your purpose or walk it out or let it unfold over the periods of time that you have appointed. So you know your appointed time, your design time, the time that you're supposed to do something, and the time that you're not supposed to do something, which I think often that's even more important, knowing what not to do at a certain period of time. So I thank you for that. That lined me up. I'm excited. So
Yeah.
if I put my purpose alongside time and blend it, how do I actually conceptualize or do that, walk it out practically every single day? So what should I do in the morning if I'm putting my purpose alongside time? What is a successful morning routine that you can kind of walk us through?
Okay, one of the things that I would say is that, for example, you get up in the morning, you know that, hey, I have to brush my teeth, take a shower, have breakfast, get in the car, go to work. You are expected to be on your job at a certain time. You know when you wake up in the morning what you're supposed to do. So to be able to let time respect and give you slack, before you go to bed, after you finish your chores, you pick up the clothes that you need. You make sure that the notebook or the computer that you need for the next day is put in place. You make sure that your socks or your stockings or your wig or your eyeshadow or your eyebrow, whatever it is, it's in this place. So when you get up in the morning, you don't waste time. Most people get frustrated, and at times they think their frustration is because the thing just moved and hit. No. You had time to place the thing where you have to place it. You had time to call when you're supposed to call. You had time to apologize when you ought to apologize. You had time to sleep when you ought to sleep. You had time to eat when you ought to eat. So when you wake up in the morning and you don't have any objective or any goal or any assignment to pursue or follow, you waste time.
Wow.
And that is where many people have missed out on their blessings because they do not discern the timing in which they live in. You see, when time, I mention of time and change.
Yes, sir.
Time and change, as I said, they don't respect anybody. And they will not beg you. Time will not beg you. Neither will change. Whether you like it or not, time never comes without change. And change never comes without time. They work together. So you have an assignment. You have to say, listen, I got to do this. I have to, the things I plan on doing. You can do them within a given time. And when you finish time and you do what you're supposed to do, time will give you moments of satisfaction. Whew, it's done.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm able to do it within time.
Yeah.
I was supposed to finish on time. What happens when you are playing any sports or any game? Everything is regulated by what? Time.
Yes, sir.
Your existence on earth is regulated by time. When things are not going the way it's supposed to go, but you expect a better outcome, you give things what? Time.
That's right.
When you expect somebody to grow into certain maturity, in order to get the best out of them, you give them what? Time. So time tells, time reveals, time confirms,
Oh, yeah.
and time exposes. So when we have time, let's use it wisely. Because when we don't use it wisely, the change that we need, which is positive, will not come. Time is critical. So for me, when I get up or I look at things, I say, okay, what time do I have? How many hours do I have? How many minutes do I have? What can I do within the time? So if you are given a block of time, they say, hey, you are a speaker. I mean, you are one of the best speakers I've heard. You are an incredible teacher. You teach with that excellence. But yet, you don't go in and tell a congregation or tell the church, hey, I mean, you're a leader here at LI. You don't come and say, okay, I'm going to talk. There's no time limit. Let's get to the next thing. No. You start at a particular time.
Yeah.
You have to finish at a particular time. When people have no conscience of time, they lose people. When people don't respect time, they lose money. They lose relationships. When people have relationships that they don't invest time in, they lose it. Your children, you have them for a time. Your parents, you have them for a time. Your health, you have it for a time. Your relationships, you have it for a time. If you don't know how to redeem the time, evil will suddenly show up on you. So, every time that we have is a blessing from God. Take it as a blessing. Every time that people give you is a blessing from God. Because if you don't know how to manage time and use time correctly, when the thing that you expect to be there is no longer, that's when you regret and you say, I wish I did this when I had the time to do it.
Yes.
I had a time to pray, but I didn't. I have a time to give, but I didn't. I have a time to forgive, but I didn't.
Oh, that's huge.
I have a time to love, but I didn't. I had a time to say goodbye, but I didn't. I had a time to say welcome, but I didn't. I had time to say, you know what, I will not hold this bitterness in, but I didn't. If you miss your time, you miss your haven. So people who miss their haven are the people we call they are misbehaving. Haven is a place of comfort. If you lose time, you lose comfort.
Wow.
People misbehave when they don't value time.
You're absolutely right. I mean, that's wow. That is such wisdom to live by. And so many things are connected to time, as you have so perfectly put it. And I'm so excited because now I can elevate my consciousness of what I'm doing every day, just based on what you have given us as a roadmap and a blueprint. We can get up, see what's allocated to us. We manage what we can do in that period of time, knowing that I have to unfold my purpose. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. And I love what Joshua did, and you know what God told Joshua. This is what I want you to observe to do. And if you do this, then you will make your way prosperous. In other words, I'm giving you something to do. If you do it, and I give you the period, day and night, I want you to observe, meditate day and night, then you will make your way prosperous and have good success. So if I'm going to succeed in life, I need to do it according to the times and the seasons that God has given me.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know something also, Dr. Mike? The Bible tells us that God does everything beautiful in its time.
Oh, yeah.
At the time appropriate, God. Everything. So, just like Joshua, it's the timing. It's the timing. I mean, Joshua was in a particular spot. When the time was right, his father sent him to go and check on his brothers, what they were doing.
Yeah.
He got there at the right time. And when he got there, guess who was standing there threatening them? Goliath. The time was right. Everything has its time. Imagine Joseph. Joseph got into trouble because of his dream.
Mm-hmm.
He was sold. He got, from a pit, palace to prison. But the amazing thing is, when the time was right, the king had a dream. And the dream could only be interpreted because that man, Joseph, was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
With the right situation for the right work. That's why timing is everything. Some people miss their timing. When you miss your timing, you've missed your haven. So when I hear the word misbehave, all I say is that this person is missing their timing.
That is such a good revelation.
Yeah.
If you misbehave and you miss
your time, exactly.
There's something that you missed on your path that has frustrated you. So I would say misbehaving is not respecting time.
Exactly. Now, like we're talking, just for example, and somebody walks in here, we are talking, this is the right time for us to talk. They can interrupt this thing. And they'll have attitude. The attitude that they will have, which is wrong, will affect the time, the quality time that you could spend with them or we spend it together.
Yeah.
So timing is everything. And again, I say that when you have a vision and you believe in the vision, you have to recognize how to put time to work. One thing I've learned, and I heard it the hard way, is that as Africans, at times we don't believe in time. Let's put aside the Swiss watch. What about the timing of God? God does things with timing. God does things with timing. That also means that God never does anything out of a vacuum. He times everything he does. He gives us what we need by the timing. There are some things that you and I cannot have today, even though it is supposed to be ours, because the timing is not right for us. And should we get it, we'll mismanage it.
Wow.
And mess it up. We'll misbehave with it. How many people have misbehaved when they got rich in the wrong time?
Wow. That is so powerful. Thank you so very much, Dad. That is such great wisdom, and that allows us to be at peace with the way God unfolds things in our lives. He brings us to the right place at the right time.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate you more. I also know that there's so much that God has put in you and also Dr. Samantha. And I think whilst we do life, don't forget that the world out there would like to hear what God has to say through you. This is what I would like. This is what we've always been wanting for Life International. We want our congregation to receive practical messages. I want people to get what can benefit them Monday through Saturday, and not just hear religious hoop up and get goosebumps all over and walk out of the place and not even remember what is applicable to their lives. Jesus was so practical. His messages were timely. And I want us to give the message that is so timely that people need, that it will be an answer to their prayer. So I do believe there's so much that God has put in you, and I can't wait for you to be sharing and letting the world know who God is and what is placed in us for his people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, family. This is Dr. Samantha. Listen, during these times, it is so important that we understand how we stay connected to the kingdom economy, and that is through our giving. When everything seems to be going on wrong around you, the tendency is to withhold. The tendency is to go singular, but when we do that and all we worry about is ourselves, then we cut ourselves off from the very thing that we need, which is the flow of kingdom economy. So I really want to encourage you that in this season, when it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on that would make you want to go singular, I want to encourage you to go plural. I want to encourage you to not think about yourself, but to really begin to put others first. Because when you give, it's given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is a season when it seems like there is famine and all kinds of stuff going on around. It's when you sow in this ground that the ground is fertile and it produces immediate turnaround in your life. I want to challenge you to destroy the fear, to destroy the lack by, in the midst of a situation and circumstances that seem adverse, to sow in that land and see your life be blessed. And so we have a wonderful good ground here at Life International. I want to encourage you to go to the website. It's right there on your screen, and make sure that you are faithful in your giving. Defeat the things that are trying to defeat you by causing yourself to sow even in the midst of famine. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you really soon.